Well, sentencing is always and ultimately about protection of the public. Prison is a poor tool for public protection when you're dealing with people who have substance abuse problems. Because substance abusers, if you take away everything, often return to substance abuse when they get out of prison. On the other hand, sometimes people, by their own actions, take away the useful tools. The sentence I imposed was designed to recognize that the defendant had already served time and had paid some level of penalty so that you would have a deeper understanding of the risks he was undergoing. And then it was aimed at giving him tools to make meaningful changes. 12-step programs have been proven to be successful if people apply themselves to them. And they are a lifelong support system for people who have a lifelong issue with alcoholism. And it's one of the best tools that we have available in the community to somebody who wants to sincerely make changes. It works. There's all sorts of types of 12-step groups, so there's a lot of variety that we can offer in this area. It works, and it helps people make the changes they must change, that they must make. So the sentence I imposed was designed to aim Mr. Paulson in a better direction, to give him a chance to make real changes, and to give him a chance to assume accountability to minimize whatever harm he could minimize. He can't do what is most needed. No one can do what is most needed or wanted. Nobody can restore Madeline Dusky. But he could have, by assuming at least financial accountability for her children, had made some positive impact in their lives, even though all of us know that nobody can replace someone as central to everyone's lives as she was. And so I felt accountability and acceptance of responsibility and concrete steps towards making changes where the defendant addressed his alcoholism would be in the long-term best interest of the public. And that is my primary focus always, is what makes the public safest in the long term. But because I had questions in my own mind about Mr. Paulson's willingness to work, I put a condition on him that I don't always put on people. In fact, I rarely put it on people. And that is, I required that he wear an alcohol monitor so that I would have 24/7 information about whether he was seriously addressing his issues. That alcohol monitor can give me much more information than any probation officer can be fairly expected to give. And it was on there for an important reason, because I always put strings on probations to let me know when something's going wrong before anybody gets hurt, before anything goes more seriously wrong. And that's what the alcohol monitor was for. He had an opportunity to change, to accept responsibility, but I also had strings that would let me know if something was beginning to be a problem. The alcohol monitor worked from the time of its installation through February 12th. It worked on February 14th. Tampering with the alcohol monitor heightened my concern about what was going on. The reviews were also designed to give me information so I personally could monitor how Mr. Paulson was approaching probation. I don't do reviews in every case. I do it in cases where I think there could be some benefit from the court imposing extra scrutiny. I was already concerned when I heard how quickly Mr. Paulson was moving through the 12 steps in the 12-step program. When people approach that well and approach that seriously and thoroughly, it helps a lot. But he was racing through it, and that raised concerns for me. And those concerns, coupled with tampering with the alcohol monitor, meant that I have reassessed the sentence in this case, and I'm afraid that by your actions you have taken off and taken away the best tool. And so that doesn't leave much. And what that means is whatever treatment that you have for your alcoholism, whatever steps you need to take to get your mind into a place where you understand that you need to make changes in your life, are going to have to be in a structured setting. I don't see that it's feasible. We were already at the max that was available to us in terms of community supervision. And so that's unfortunately not viable. You have not shown yourself to be trustworthy. I'm revoking probation, imposing sentence. But the fact of the matter is that it would have been better if you had complied. It would have been better for the public. It is always better when people who have substance abuse issues meaningfully deal with that. That's still in front of you. You still need to do that. And do not rush through these steps. Really seriously, slowly work them, because you've done a lot of damage in your life by your alcoholism. And that damage has extended to doing a great deal of damage to others' lives. Very often when I see people who have no prior felony records, it's a question about which way are they going to go. Are they going to go towards positive steps? Are they going to keep going down the dangerous road they already headed on? And so the probation conditions are designed to give a person who wants to change a chance to change, because that makes us safer. It is simply simple-minded and unrealistic and untrue to think that always resorting to a prison sentence is the best way to handle a serious offense. But that always requires a person who's willing to make the changes they need to make. And if they aren't willing to do it, there is no one else on earth that can make them do it. And so, recognizing where we are, you did not show yourself trustworthy. You'd already committed a very serious offense. My job is to make sure that nobody else goes through what the Dusky family has gone through. And unfortunately, the only tool left in the box is that you receive whatever treatment you receive in a structured setting.